Okay, so taking a look at substitution and solving them. So first thing we want to do is focus on if there is a variable by itself, either the top equation or the bottom equation. What we should notice is that the top equation has a variable by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight what it equals, and I'm going to substitute this into the other equation for y. So he's going to go right there. So it'll look like this. I'm going to write the second equation. I have 5x plus 4, but instead of having that y value, we're going to put in negative 7x minus 3. And we'll set that equal to this negative 35. So now we're going to take a look at our steps to solve for x. And to solve for x, we need to distribute first. We could also take out our phone from a long time ago if we need to. We can reference that. Right? Open this up and look. Oh yeah, I got to distribute. I got to combine like terms, all that good stuff. So here we go. So first thing we're going to do, distribute. 4 times negative 7, negative 28x. 4 times negative 3, negative 12. And again, you can type this in if you need to. Right? I can just come right over here and say, okay, I need to take 4 and multiply it with negative 7. And then I need to take 4 and multiply it with a negative 3. So I got negative 28, then I got negative 12. I'm not distributing to anything else, so I'm just going to bring the rest of this down. 5x equals negative 35. All right, so now I'm looking for my like terms before I pack things up and move them around. All right, here's my variable that I'm solving for. And what you should notice is that 5 minus 28, well, those are like terms. So if I come over here and I say, what is 5 minus 28? That tells me negative 23. So this becomes negative 23x, bring down my 12, and my negative 35. All right, so then the next step says, hey, move some variables to the left. I don't have any variables. Subtract the constant. What's the constant? Oh, yeah, the constant's that number. Oh, okay, I got a constant right there. Add that constant to the other side. Plus 12. Plus 12. Well, what is negative 35 plus 12? I have no idea. Let's find out. Negative 35 plus 12. Hey, negative 23. Cool. All right, so this now equals negative 23. I bring my negative 23x down. And then my last step would be to divide by my coefficient. And my coefficient in front of the x is a negative 23. So I'm going to divide by negative 23. This cancels. That cancels. Wait, if it cancels, does it go to 0? No, silly head. Negative 23 divided by negative 23 is a positive 1. Negative 23 divided by negative 23 is positive 1. So x equals 1. Cool. Awesome. But we're not done. What do you mean we're not done? I mean, we're not done. We still have a little bit more to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our equation that we put a highlight on. So I'm going to write this one again. Y equals, you can't see that, hang on, negative 7x minus 3. All right, well, I know something. And what I know is that x is 1. Okay, we're trying to find where are these guys going to cross. And what we know right now is that x value is 1. So I still need to figure out my y value. So I'm going to go to my top equation because that's the one that had a variable by itself. And what I know is that x is equal to 1. And so if I plug it into this formula, or into this equation, I mean, then I can just type all of this into my computer and it will tell me exactly what my y value is. 1 minus 3. So my answer for y is equal to negative 10. And so where these two lines cross is at 1 comma negative 10. That would be my answer. All right, let's take a look at one more. One more, and then we will, practice some stuff. So first thing is, do I have a variable by itself? Well, this one equals a constant number. This one equals a variable. So I'm going to highlight what it equals. It equals y plus 1. And I'm going to replace or substitute into this equation for x. So he goes here. So same thing. I'm going to write now the top equation with the substitution. So I have negative 3, and then in parentheses, I'm going to put my y plus 1. And then the rest of this is just going to read plus 4y equals negative 1. And so now I solve this. Same thing with my steps earlier. I distribute, combine like terms, move some stuff around, divide. So here we go. What is negative 3 times y? Just put them together. Negative 3y. Again, you cannot type that in. You try to type it in, it won't give you anything. Negative 3 times y. It gives you stuff maybe over there on the graph. It didn't even give us that. You have to multiply it by numbers. All right, well, what's negative 3 times 1? Negative 3. What's negative 3 times 4y? Oh, wait, we don't do that. Why? Because he's not in the parentheses. So I just bring everything else down. All right, now I have like terms. Here's my y's. Here's my y. Those two are alike. If I take negative 3 and a positive 4, we can check that in the calculator. Negative 3 plus 4 tells me I have a value of 1. So this is 1y minus this 3 equals this negative 1. All right, so now what do? Oh, I need to move this guy. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So now what I have is I either have y or 1y, whichever you want to figure, but hopefully you understand that negative 3 plus 4 was 1, so I'm just going to write this as y. And then negative 1 plus 3. If you're not sure, negative 1 plus 3 gives me a value of 2. So here's what we know right now. We know that our y value is 2. We still have to find our x value. So what do? I draw my little squiggly, second part. I go back to my highlight equation, that I highlighted. Okay, and I'm going to substitute what I know. I know that the y value is 2. So I'm going to replace this y value with 2. I don't need to write parentheses around it if it is first. It is first in this, so I can just say, okay, what is 2 plus 1? And we know that to be 3. So these will cross at 3, 2. And that would be my answer for that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.